This podcast is suitable for students between the ages of 16 to 25. If you're interested in self-improvement, productivity, study tips, this is the podcast for you.
Welcome to the Sweet and Sour Podcast.
My name is Abdulmumuni Hikmat. I'm a student just like you. I'm passionate about personal development and productivity. So, if this is your first time listening to this amazing voice, don't make it your last. If not, sweetie, you know how we roll now.
Let me hear you say H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T. H to the I to the Q, to the M to the A and the T.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Studentpreneur Series 2.0. Our next guest is lucrative with what she does, and I'm amazed at how she is able to leave her signature on every piece she makes. Let's get to hear her story.
Okay, my name is Temilola. I am 22 years old, a student of University of Abuja. I'm in my finals and studying microbiology. The name of my brand is Lola Creations and Crafts. We make backpack, lunch bag, handbag, baby carrier, tote bags, carrier in general, like name it all, carrier whatsoever, any carrier. We make them from scratch. So that's just what we do in summary.
All right, so when did you start your business and why did you choose to venture into this kind of business? Because honestly, not a lot of young people do this kind of business.
Okay. For this question, I wouldn't say that I venture into bag making, and I think there's a background story. Yeah, so there's a story attached to this. Okay, let me take you back to 2017 when I just graduated from secondary school. I graduated from secondary school at the age of 15. So after leaving secondary school, everybody's plan, like literally, I don't miss everybody, but literally the way we arrange it in our, should I say our head, or what the world has pictured, or should I say the personal standard or something, is that after secondary school, you pick up jam form and get into the university. Like that was the standard. So, but in my case, it was a little bit different. No, not really in my case. In my family's case, it's kind of different a bit. So before I left secondary school, my parents had always told every one of us that aside having a degree, we all have to have an handwork. Like every one of us we must have something doing, like practically something doing with our hands. Even finish secondary school, JAMB comes before WAEC. So that year that I was supposed to leave school, my classmates were registering for JAMB, and everybody was like, I picked my phone today, I registered today, I did this today, and I was feeling left out. That at some point I choked my parents. Yeah, I think I did. I was pressuring them, like, please let me. Even at a point I had the money from my savings. I was like, okay, because JAMB phone was less than 5,000 naira then. And I was like, okay, I have the money then, let me register for it. But my dad was like, no, you're not going into the university straight up now. You're not. You have to relax a bit, do something. So after the exam, and I think 2 or 3 weeks after, a week after, we had a family meeting and they called us together, everybody. Then they were like, okay, now that you're done with this phase, what's next? It's not really like what next. Now that you're done with this phase, the next thing is to move on to learning something, even in 6 months, because my dad was like, let's just say we have like 6 to 1 year. So it's still at 6 months or 1 year to learn. Then the next year, I'll pick up JAMB form and, continue my education. That was the plan. So they were like, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to learn? But I really do not have the idea of what I want to do in my head, because I didn't see myself in that space. I didn't see myself doing something, because then I used to feel like people doing, should I say artisans? Okay, I used to feel like, okay, artisans they are poor people. I do not really rate them well then. So I was like, no, I don't belong here. I want to be a career woman. I want to, have a 9 to 5, go to office, have a job, stay in the office, do this. That was the only picture in my head. So my dad was like, okay, you have to do something. And I was like, okay, at that point in time, I didn't have a response. I didn't even have an answer to them. So I told them that, okay, the thing is, they told me that they were going to give me time to think of it and come back and let them know what my decision is. But still, I didn't even have anything to say. But after the meeting, I and my mom were in conversation, and she had always said it that she really have interest in learning bag. She really wants to do something in that aspect, but the only thing that is, should I say, keeping her or holding her back is just she doesn't like thread and needle. The fact that she has to start putting thread into the needle, and for you to be a fashion designer, a tailor, or anything that has to do with machine, that is the first thing you have to know how to do. But my mom doesn't like it. She doesn't like it at all. So that was the only thing holding her back, and the fact that my dad was not in support of her going to learn, because at a point she was like, she wants to learn, but my dad was like, no, you are married, your children can do that, just face your business, because she has a business. My dad was like, just face your business, your children can do that. So I feel that was just how I learned, how I started learning bag making. Then my mom, like, she should I say, she sold the idea to me. And should I say she sold it, she forced me into that. My parents forced me into learning bag making. They took me there, we signed, they talked, they spoke with a woman. I think they signed 6 months, but I think I ended up using a year and some months here. There learning, because things didn't go as planned. When my WAEC results came out, I didn't pass all my papers, all my subjects, and important ones. So I have to resit WAEC the next year, resit JAMB. Then that's a story for another day. Don't let me leave the question. So back to the question: when did I start my business? I think it started in 2017 when I started learning. Then I left there, should I say 2019? And before I even finished, before I left there, my dad had gotten me machine, like, at least let me have a small place I can set up in the shop. We have a shop at front of our house, so he has like a setup for me already there, for me to just at least do something with my hands. They got me materials, my dad and mom, they got me materials like capital for me to start up something. So that was it. That was just how I started. And why did I choose to venture into bag making? I didn't choose to venture into bag making, actually. I was forced into learning a bag, and I'm grateful to God I was forced, because that forcing that I thought was a very, like, I thought it was a very bad idea then, is what I am forever grateful to God for. When I count my blessings, I count my parents. When I look back at my brand today, I'm always grateful for my parents, because if they had not sorry, if they had not forced me into bag making, if they had not made it, like, should I say, compulsory? Yeah, compulsory, because every one of us must have an handiwork, and it is happening already. My sisters, yeah, it is happening. If they had not forced me into learning learning bag making, I'm very sure I might not be where I am today. I might not be, and I am eternally grateful to God for that, because so many doors has opened for me through this business, like through this brand, through the work of my hands, through my craft.
So I'd like to ask, what marketing strategy has worked for you in the course of your business over the years?
Okay, over the years, you made it sound like I've been 10 years or 5 years in business now. My brand is just 2 years, officially building my brand. Yes, 2 years. We got 2 years, January 13th, yeah. On the 13th of January, it's just 2 years in building my brand. Okay, the marketing strategy that has worked for me in the past 2 years. Okay, let's be serious here. I'm not going to paint anything the way it is not. The truth is, I have not really been so I've not really been so serious with a marketing strategy or something. I don't think I've really been so serious, or I have marketing strategy for now. Okay, fine. What I can just say is that for me personally, what has worked for me and what is working for my brand is most time I hardly come out to. It's not even I hardly. It's really been a long time I come out to, okay, buy, I sell this, I sell that. Not because I really do not want to, but because of the circumstance I'm into, having my brand, having to study in Abuja, and my machinery, my workshop, my workplace is at Lagos. After during break or after every semester, after semester, when I go home to for production, I produce in bulk. Like I when they say like batch, yeah, batch produce, I produce in bulk, then bring them down to school, yeah. And then with that, we proceed with selling, meeting customers' need from them. We process their orders, delivery, and all. Okay, the main thing that has really worked for me, that has been so instrumental to the growth of my brand, is the God factor. Because honestly, sometimes, or it's not even sometimes, every time, I am always in awe of the goodness of God. Honestly, because running a brand and being a studentpreneur is very, very, is a whole lot. I don't want to say it is difficult, but it is a whole lot. Honestly, had it been it's if it was to be that I wasn't like my workshop and myself not in different states, it might have been much more better. But the fact that my workplace is in Lagos and I'm studying in Abuja here, it is not that easy for me. But then there's a way God makes things work. There's a way God makes things happen. Over time, by the grace of God, we've served clients across states in Nigeria and some countries overseas. I owe it all to God. Have I been to those countries? No. How do those people get to know about my product? Number one, it is, I can say, through recommendation. Yeah, some persons that have bought from me recommends me to people, and when they see that okay, there's a need for something, they mention my name. That's why I said I'm grateful to God, because God is truly my source and men are channel. That's one thing I hold so dearly to my heart, and I'm always conscious of it, that God is my source. Whatever I am today or wherever my brand is going to, God is the source. Men are channel.
Now, this question is very, very important to what you do, because, like, you practically make these things by yourself from scratch. So, how do you source for good quality products, and what do you look out for when you're sourcing for this product?
This question is I don't even know if I'm capable of answering this question, but I'm just going to try as much as I can. So, I have made mistakes in sourcing of materials. I had wasted money in sourcing of materials. I've had losses because I sourced a bad material and I can't deliver like that. I remember there was a time I went to the market to get some materials. I just this is very fine. I don't know if you deal with leather works, people that deal with leather works. When you get to the market, you see very fine material. This leather is very fine. Gold is fine. It's going to fit this. It's going to fit that. But because of you are being carried away with the fine, like the way the material is attracting, I wouldn't even bother checking the texture very well. Like, okay, will this last long? Will this do this? Is it likely to peel off? Because this happened when I just started business. Actually, I just get carried away with the way the material is fine. I just buy. Okay, yeah, cut. Like, I'm just buying. And when I get home, I feel like I've bought good. I just get home, drop in the shop, and after getting home, I'm always tired, of course. So I'll just go and rest. And my mom would, okay, let me unpack what she bought. She would actually help with the unpacking. And while unpacking, she'd be like, you later Oluwara. When I wake up, she's just like, later to ra you kò wá okay o. Kò ní pẹ́ máa bàjẹ́, kò ní pẹ́ já. Ṣé bóun lélẹ̀? She just try to draw it and be like, not be like, I bought rubber. No, rubber is even like elastic and it still come back, but it might not retain the shape. That one is still better. My mom will be like, you bought paper, yeah, tissue. Because as you are drawing it, it is tearing off. So tell me, how do you want to sew with that? You can't even, so many materials have gone that way. Like, I've had losses. There was one that even happened recently. Okay, not recently, it happened during ASU strike, even before ASU strike. That's the break we had before the ASU strike. I think that was the break between, was it 100 level to 200 level? I can't really remember very well. There was one that happened, so because tote bag happens to be one of the most high demanding products in my head, like, considering my location, being on campus, a university student, tote bag actually has the highest. So I was like, okay, let me source for materials for tote bag. Because I don't use the usual material, clothing material everyone use. So I was like, okay, let me go to the market to, go for something nice. I went to the market. I saw a very thick material. The material is very thick, very very thick, and it is very black. Like, when I say black, the black is very 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 like deep black that you would love it. You know what they say about love at first sight? That was what actually happened. I saw it and it was very thick, strong. I did everything to test, and I did okay. This thing is nice. Then I think I bought up to close to 50 yards because, like I said earlier, I batch produce. So I bought almost like 50 yards, and only for me to get home. After they packed it, I got home. We started cutting, starting for preparing to produce. We started cutting. After cutting, we left it. We know cutting is just like, everything is just like processing batch by batch. After we finished cutting and it was time for sewing, we just saw that the color is changing. From the black I bought in the market, it is now looking like ash. It is looking like grey color. I was like, what kind of loss is this? One, it is looking not even like looking like grey color. It is looking like the bag has been like otigbo. I don't know if you understand. Sorry to people that don't understand Yoruba. Like, it's not looking like a new bag. It is not looking like a new material. It takes like someone to convince you to be like, this thing is new. I felt bad because I bought it with money, and selling goods, you don't know where it will get to. That's one thing about me. There's so many products I don't get to sell because after finishing, I'll be like, oh, this doesn't pass for what I can put out. Because, one bad market can spoil every of the good thing you've been doing. You never can tell who would get hold of the bag. You never can tell who would see it somewhere. You never can tell. And because of how my brand is now, I get most of my my customers from recommendation. So I was like, no, we're not putting this out. And if I have anybody that wants to buy, that the person is close to me, I have to explain. Okay, this is what we did. We went ahead with production of I think lesser than 50 pieces, and the remaining material, I think I left it. I really do not know. Yeah, the remaining material, we used it as, should I say, a to pack. It didn't pass for bag, so I didn't use it for bag making. I just left it aside. So I used it in production. I was like, okay, let's produce it. I know what to do. We produced it, and I went to market to buy another material. Got so good, I got a better material that is even the material I'm using presently that everybody literally love. That material is everybody really 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 loved the material. Literally everybody loves the material. So I was able to get that, and I got this other material. So I made the bags and I brought them to school. So people that want to buy, okay, this is it. I have this. This is the situation. I explained to them. I didn't sell to online people because it is not going to be a case of what I ordered or what I ordered versus what I got. So I really do not, there is no how you can really explain to people online that they will get. So you have to show them physically. So what I did was selling to people that can see, that can feel, like my offline customers. I explained to them, okay, this is it. This material went wrong somewhere. Something happened there. So this is it. Which one do you want? Some people be like, I sorry, I feel sorry. And what I didn't sell it the normal price. I had to cut down the price. It was even a loss. Like I said, it was a loss already. So just for me to get my money back, even if I didn't get enough, like up to my money back, at least let me get something. So I had to reduce the price. I think slashed by, should I say, 50% or something. That's how I was able to sell those bags. And at some point, I was just bashing them out. Like, you need tote bag. Yeah, my friend. Some of my friends can testify because I was just dashing it out at that point. When I say, this one I have to, let me give you. I was just dashing it out because I just wanted to just let the bag go like that. And I'm just grateful for customers that stick. So many people bought from me during that period and they never complained. Even I was even trying to be like, the material is like, me I like it too, me I like it too, I like it too, I like it too. So that was just it. Honestly, you can, before you can always be a pro at something, at some point you would have made mistakes. So I feel those times are my mistakes, are my times of making mistakes, and now I can boldly say, if I go to the market, anything I'm buying a very good one. So whenever I'm going to market to get a very quality material, I take my time in checking thoroughly. I check the inside, check the outside, check the durability, check the weight, check everything I can check, everything possible. If it passes a quality check, if it passes a quality control, then we are good to go.
Okay, speaking on products, definitely a good product would need a good photography, which would help to push any brand forward. So, what tips can you give to anyone that has a bad phone or a bad phone camera and they cannot afford a new phone, but they really have high quality products?
Yes, actually. Now we live in a social media world. Literally everything is online. If I want to shop something now, the first thing or the first place that comes to my mind is let me check online. What are vendors? Or let me just check Instagram. Let me check a vendor online. That's the first thing. And the way you can sell out your product to me is when you have a good and a convincing quality of picture quality. If you do not have a good picture quality, it really takes a whole lot. You can just have offline customers. I can't dispute that. Like, you can have offline customers that really knows the value you are giving. But if you want to join, or if you want to be online, like you want to sell online too, you need a very good photography that can convince people to buy and be like, okay, this person knows what your show is doing. Okay, so let me give an example. Sorry, I've experienced a lot and I'm still experiencing in this business. When at the time I started my business, I was using Itel. There's one Itel then I was using. I've forgotten the name of the Itel, but that Itel suffered in my hand. Jesus. When I'm talking about Itel actually has a good camera, but no good. I don't know if you know the kind of phone I'm talking about. I had a very bad phone then, like a very very bad phone. But you might never be able to tell. You might never tell because if you check the pictures I put out, you see that they are very quality pictures, and part of the should I say a promise, or part of the promise or things I said I was going to do for my brand is being authentic. I'm not going to put out what I did not do. I'm not going to put out what I cannot do. So anything you see me post, it is what I have done. It is a work of my hand. It is what I have done. So this is what I do. If you check, even starting from my launching date, you would see a very good picture, very high quality picture. Did I have a good phone? Did I have iPhone? No, I didn't have iPhone. Even till now, I still did not have iPhone. I didn't have iPhone then, but what I did was that I invested in photography. We are photographers. I took pictures of myself. The pictures are on my page. It might have gone down actually, but the pictures are on my page. If you check down, you see. I invested in pictures. I invested in quality pictures, and also most time you might not afford going to the studio every time. But what I do is that God has blessed me with quality people. It's not that I'm not really the kind of person that have a lot of people around, but the few people I have, they are very they have been instrumental to my growth. So what I do is, okay, I know somebody, my friend or a big bro, people in my church that has iPhone, what I do, I'll just reach out to them. Bro, brother, hey, sister, please, come and help me. There's a time I made a bag, and I made some bags, and I didn't have money to go to the studio. So, but because of the relationship I had with my photographer, I reached out, boss, so this I want to snap over. I don't have money to pay you for studio. Please, you have iPhone. I want to use your phone to snap. He said, no problem, that I should bring them to his studio. I took all the bags, everything. I took them to his studio. He brought out props. He brought out everything. He set it up for me. We snapped with his iPhone, not camera. And I collected the pictures. That was just it. He didn't collect a dime from me. He didn't collect. So everything still boils down with your relationship with people. You might not always have it all. You might not always have everything you need, but people around you would have, or people around you might have. There are higher chances that they will have. So you can reach out to them. Tell them, please, okay, this is, and they know you have a brand. So they would, people that are interested in your growth. God blessed me, and God is still blessing me with people that really love what I do, and they really want to be part of it. Like, they really want to. So when I even reach out to them, they're always willing to help, and I thank God for that. That I really do not have to do much to convince them. They just be like, okay, we'll do it. Let's just do this. Let's do it, and they will help.
Hey, let's talk about delivery. So, what methods do you use to deliver products to different states, same states, overseas, and stuff like that? And good logistics company that you worked with.
My delivery can be so funny. Honestly, it can be so funny. For a growing brand like my brand, sometimes I get people that they patronize, and the problem is the delivery fee. They'll be like, I don't have money for delivery, I don't have this, so I don't have that though. Okay, I'll ask, where is your location? Then I will look around. Okay, this is what I do, and this is what work for me most time. Like I said, have relationship with people around you. Have good relationship with people around you. So sometimes when I have customers that order something and they're in Oshun or Oshogbo or something, or maybe they're even in Lagos but in another city in Lagos, and they do not want to pay the delivery fee, or they cannot afford delivery. So what I just do is that, since I'm not going through that axis and I'm not traveling there anytime soon, what I do is sometimes I put a post on my WhatsApp status. I'll be like, hi, please, is there anybody going to Oshogbo this weekend? Is there anybody going to Yanapaja this weekend? Is there anybody going to Ikeja this weekend? Is there anybody going to Abule-Egba this weekend? Is there anybody going to this weekend? Is there anybody going to this on Thursday? I put them out, and at least on the good part of it, I get response from people. I have to choose that, okay, let me use this person, and that's just it. I just, okay, this person's around, let me just give this person. Then I connect them. Okay, I'll give it to this person. No, the person will reach out to you, reach out to the person. Then you get your order. So that is one aspect of that has worked for me in delivery. And people around me, my friends, have always been instrumental. If you are my friend, I've not done delivery on my behalf before. Like, a lot of people around me has actually helped. So many people, I can't begin to mention them, but a lot of people has actually been instrumental in delivery. You need something, so, oh yeah, please help me. Like, that's just something. Sometimes I just feel like, you don't have to use delivery. I know somebody that's coming to the house. If it's easier for you, then just give it to them. And most time my daddy helps me with delivery. If he's going out, he's going to maybe it's going to Ikeja, it's going to somewhere, and I have somebody's order place around that. I was like, please, okay, this. So he has always been helping me with delivery. Like, a lot of people around me has been helping with delivery, and the logistics for interstate. If I'm not using persons like I mentioned earlier, we have many logistic companies, and I'm not going to say that this one is bad, this one is good. I've experienced good and bad side of logistics company, honestly. The best at the moment that is working for me and is affordable is GUO. GUO is very, very affordable. Like, very, very affordable. GIG is good, like very, very good. Very, very good. But at some point, or their money is not affordable for a small business like me. Because I know my customers, somebody is buying an order of 5,000 naira, and the delivery fee equivalent to the price of the product. It really takes love and the grace of God for the person to proceed with the order, because it's just somehow. So what I do most time, I use Geo. Geo is very, very affordable. Geo charges between 2005 to 3005 for orders between 0 kg to 1 kg. So they are very, very affordable. Geo is affordable. That is for interstate delivery. For delivery outside the country, I use DHL. You can use DHL if the delivery is okay. Yeah, GO goes to Ghana too. Accra, Ghana. Yeah, they go to Ghana too, so you can use that. Then from there, they can do doorstep delivery to the person.
So if you were to go back in time, what is the one thing that you would do better with regards to your business?
Okay, for this, I would say I have no regret whatsoever. Just gratitude, honestly. If I'm thinking that, okay, looking back now, or thinking of, if I was to look back, what would I have done better regarding my business? Honestly, I really can't think of any, because I don't know. It has been a good ride, on bad days, good days. But what I think I would have done better was, maybe I would have moved my work workplace to Abuja.
So in the next 5 years, I love to do this. I think this is my favorite part. Where do you see yourself and where do you see your brand in the next 5 years?
In 5 years' time, I will be where God wants me to be. Yeah, I'll be fulfilling purpose where God wants me to be personally as a person, because 5 years is actually far. How do you want me to have planned out how my life will be in 5 years' time? Wow. I just, I just trust the leading of God. I know God will lead me through. Okay, where I see my brand in the next 5 years will be more established, part of the leading brands in Africa.
Thank you guys for listening, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Studentpreneur. Bye.